Well, hello everybody. It's an honor for me to start this morning. I'm Francesca Raoelison. I'm the founder of Umena, and we exist to break the cycle of verbal, emotional, and psychological violence before it escalates into physical violence. And we do that through social emotional learning. Before I start, I'd like to offer a trigger warning that this talk will include stories of emotional trauma, so please take care of yourself. My story starts in Madagascar. Who has ever been to Madagascar? Who has seen the movie? Yes, that's where I grew up, and it's a beautiful island, but the real Madagascar is even more vibrant and much more complex. Now, this is me at 7 years old. I grew up believing that I was the problem. At home, especially with my dad, I was constantly criticized, humiliated, belittled. And over time, I internalized those words, and I really thought that I was not enough. In college, through my psychology major, I finally learned the truth. That what I had gone through had a name: verbal, emotional, and psychological abuse. And that was my wake-up call. Emotional abuse is invisible, but it's powerful. It shows up as repeated belittlement, invalidation of emotions, controlling behaviors, manipulation. It usually starts in the household, and it has a spillover effect in all the relationships in our lives. And it can be passed down from generation to generation. Globally, there's 1 billion children with emotional abuse. In Madagascar, it's almost 84%, and that's almost 10 million children. This is a pattern that erodes self-worth as well as mental health, and it prevents people, children, and countries from reaching their full potential. Right now, you might be thinking of someone, a family member, a parent, a colleague, or even a younger version of yourself. Emotional abuse is silent, but it's not rare. In 2019, I shared my story and vision online, and the video went viral. People from 13 countries, they wrote back. And that's when I realized that it wasn't just my story, it was our story. And that was the seed from which Umena grew. We are a survivor, youth-led movement on a mission to give the tools to name the problem, to heal, and to stop it. Umena is actually a play on words in my native language. Umena means give, so providing the tools, and Mena means red, stopping the violence. How are we working? So we recruit young adults, they are survivors, to become community educators. And then they go through our training based on social emotional learning, trauma awareness, compassionate inquiry, nonviolent communication, and somatic breathing, not only to heal, but to become cycle breakers. And then they go through what we call community of practice for 6 months. It's a safe space where they heal, where they find community support, and where they are kept accountable. And then they go out there and lead. They run workshops, campaign, social emotional learning training with children as well as in the community. And each one of them, they commit to reach at least 50 people. And that's where the collective healing and the collective change happens. To date, we have trained over 315 community educators. We have impacted over 12,000 people, and through our online campaign of awareness, we reached over 1 million people. And our work is recognized internationally. Now, going back to my story, when I first addressed this issue with my dad, I shared a video about emotional abuse, and at first, he denied it. But then he apologized, and he said that his dad did the same thing and that it was all he knew. And that's when he began to heal, that we began to heal as a family. And that's when I realized as well, using all the tools over the years, that actually my dad said I love you for the first time to my brothers and I. And that's when I realized that this cycle didn't start with me, but it could end with me. This work has started in Madagascar, but this wound and this healing is needed everywhere. That's why we're launching the Before It Escalates campaign. It's similar to the Me Too campaign, but we're focused on breaking the silence and the cycle around verbal, emotional, and psychological violence. And we're changing the narrative around this issue, and we invite you to join us. Thank you.